All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and to the Achians who are out there pushing this truth for the edification of the body and for the building of the church. To you I salute. I want to do a brief lesson which is entitled, The Handwriting is on the Wall. The handwriting is on the wall. And the first precept we're going to go into is 2nd Ezra 15 and 1, 2, and then we're going to go down into verse 5. Okay? Verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, okay, which I will put in thy mouth. He says, speak or prophesy unto my people the words that I will put in their mouth, okay, words that I will put in their mouth, all right, not only, okay, whatever you feel like saying or whatever, okay, but words that you would put, he will put in our mouth, okay, not of our emotion, okay, and feelings or thought, okay. If you go to Jeremiah 15, okay, and he said in 19, therefore said the Lord, if thou return, then will I bring thee again, and if thou shalt stand before me, and if thou take forth the precious from the wild, thou shalt be as my mouth. Okay? Let them return unto thee, but return not unto them. He said, if you take forth the precious, that which is precious, okay, from the vile, from that which is vile, okay? Because Esau is vile, all right? The 2/3 are vile, all right? The nations are vile. So if you take that which is precious from the vile, you shall be as his mouth, okay? You shall speak, okay? His words, you shall prophesy his words, all right? All right? So, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people these words of prophecy, and which I will put in thy mouth, said the power. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, okay? For these words are faithful and true, okay? Cause them to be copied on paper. Cause them to be documented, okay? So that the generations, okay, that are to come, so that this generations, all right, will have access to it, will be able to read, okay, and know what thus said the Lord, the power, all right? Verse 5, all right? Verse 5, 2nd Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, said the power, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, okay? These are the words of the Messiah himself, all right? Cause them to be written in paper, for these words are faithful and true, all right? The next precept we're going to go into is Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah 28, Salakia, and 8. The prophet that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Okay, so the prophets of old prophesy against kingdom, nation, rulers and kings. And unlike these prophets today, okay, which are hirelings, okay, hired by the government, okay, and preach and teach what the crown or the nation or the land want to hear, okay, what the king want them to preach, okay. They ain't gonna ruffle the king's feather. They ain't gonna ruffle the prime minister feather or the president, all right. They will teach in accordance, okay, with the law of the land, okay. If they want them to teach about Christmas and Easter and okay, homosexuality and whatnot, all right, okay. The Bible says, say love one another, okay. They teach according to not what thus says the power of the Lord, but that's what says the government, okay. So they are under the subjection and rulership or control of the government, all right. So they are prophets of doom. Well, we are the prophets. We prophesy doom. They prophesy, all right, evil, all right. So, unlike the false prophets of the day, who receive stipends and allowance from the government and also give service to the government, okay, they under the service of the government, teaching and preaching according, okay, to what say that's what does say the king, okay, or Babylon, okay, aka Donald J. Trump, all right. See the Pope, he in right now in confrontation with the Pope, because the Pope he ruling like how we want him to, all right. Even though he is the greatest false prophet of, okay, in all the world, in all the kingdom, okay. That's the Pope. He is the original false prophet, okay. The false prophet originated out of the Pope and Rome, all right. The next precept we're going to go to is 1 Corinthians 14, okay. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 32. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophet. The spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, okay. The spirit of prophecy, okay, are of the true prophets, okay, who will prophesy, okay, against kingdoms and ruler, revealing their corruption and their end, okay. Seemingly, this spirit of prophecy is common, okay, to the prophets of GMS, okay, who likewise, okay, preach against, okay, this, okay, current government, all right, this government rulership, all right, the corruption in the land, okay, all right. So the spirit of the prophet is subject to the prophets, all right. The next precept we're going to go to is 1 John 4 and 1. 1 John 4 and 1, which states, Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit, whether they are of Yahweh, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. All right? So many false prophets are out into the world. And who are the false prophets? All right? Revelation 16 and 13 would give an indication. All right? That is the precept that identifies the false prophet, that speaks specifically, all right, which states, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frog, okay, came out of the mouth of the dragon. The dragon is the Roman Empire, okay, and today it's America, Babylon the Great. And out of the mouth of the beast, the unclean spirit come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast. The beast nation is Edom, Esau, Edom, okay, the Edomites, all right, the European Union, NATO, that is the beast. They are the beast that is in rulership of this world. That is the kingdom and rulership, okay, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, okay, unclean spirit came out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. The false prophet is the Roman Catholic Church. Out of the Roman Catholic Church comes Anglican, Baptist, Methodist, all right? And all of the churches and all of the religions that are out in this world today, teaching false and pagan doctrine, deceiving the world, okay? Revelation 7 and 20, 20 and 7 said, and after 1,000 years, Satan was loose out of the bottomless pit. Okay? And verse 8, he said, and he went out to deceive the nation that are scattered in the four, okay, quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. Okay, so Satan went out deceiving the world after he was released out of his prison, out of the bottomless pit. Okay? And went out and deceived the nation which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog. All right? To gather together to battle, at the number of whom is as the sand of the seashore. Okay? So they are gathered together. They're deceiving the nation. Okay? And this is war. This is spiritual warfare. Okay? This is spiritual warfare that, all right, the nation of Israel, all right, fighting with this nation of Esau and the nations of the world, because all of them are in confederacy against Israel. All right? Okay? So, likewise, all right, as I was in the city of Nassau, okay, Nassau is in the city, the major city in the Bahamas, and it's located on the island of New Providence. All right? A few days, all right? And the Spirit revealed, okay, to me, all right, the impact of the American and Israel and Iran war, all right, and also the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, okay, the replication, what will occur to what is occurring right now to the world, and Nassau also will be impacted greatly, okay, by this war and the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, okay? Nassau being one of the major tourist destinations in the world, okay? It is apparent, okay, and based on this fact that Nassau is one of the major tourist destinations in the world, tourism is our main industry, okay? So the bulk of the money that is, okay, obtained by the government come through tourism, all right? Okay? And the majority of our employees, okay, or employment are related to the tourism industry, okay? Front desk clerk, chefs, waiters, bartenders, water sports, maintenance, okay? Maintenance of hotel property and equipment and whatnot, okay? Maintenance workers, taxi drivers, tall guys, okay? Entertainers, okay? Boat tours. All of these people will be laid off, okay? As a result of this oil shortage, as a result of this war, okay? Inflation, okay? So imagine the economic meltdown, okay? In in Nassau, where so many people are employed, okay, in the tourism, okay, arena, okay? Because the rest, very little work elsewhere, maybe in the government service, you have the government, and then you have contractors and whatnot, and all right, some other private businesses. But the majority of the employees are from, okay, tourism, okay, and they are to be impacted greatly. So imagine all of the tourism dollars being put to a stop, okay, or limited, okay, being decreased by, say, like 60% or maybe even more or greater, okay? What an impact that would have on the, okay, on the city of Nassau, all right? So crimes and everything would increase, all right? The grinding will cease, okay? The next precept we're going to go to is Ecclesiastes. Let's go to Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. Salakia. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Okay? And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few. Okay? The grinders mean laborers, workers. They are few. Okay? It is limited employment. All right? So all of this would bring about chaos. All right? Hotel closure, restaurants, nightclub, beach clubs, bar closed. Okay? The sound of bird chirping can now be heard as a result of the peace and quietness. Okay? He said, this is in verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the street when the sound of the grinding is low. So when work is low, all right, and he shall rise up at the voice of birds. You shall rise up at the voice of birds, because work is low, the grinding cease. All right, the noise of the city, the bustling, okay, and noise from laborers, from workers, it is low. It is okay. It has ceased. So you can hear birds, okay, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, all the entertainers in the nightclub, in the hotel, all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, so this is a doom and gloom, okay, condition that is about to happen, that is about to occur in Nassau, in Babylon, in the world, okay, because of this war, or Donald Trump war between America, Israel, and Iran. All right, the grinding shall cease. All right, the next precept we're going to go to is Jeremiah 25 and 10. Let's go to Jeremiah 25 and 10. The last precept. Salakia. Jeremiah 25, verse 10. Moreover, I will take from them the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom, the voice of the bride, the sound of the millstone, and the light of the candle. Okay? It signifies that complete removal of joy, celebration. The bridegroom and bride represents, or is a representation of daily productivity, okay? The high economy, okay? The high job market and the busting economy, all right? So that's the voice of the bridegroom and the bride, okay? The millstone, okay? He said the removal of the millstone, okay? So, Salakia, the sound of the millstone, that is the okay? The millstone represents the comfort, okay? And the comfort that's removed. So comfort is removed, so you would be engaging instead in hard, okay, laborious work, okay, for nothing, okay, just to feed yourself, okay. So you have to take the millstone and grind meal just to get a meal to eat, all right. The light of the candle, the lighting of the candle symbolize, okay, total desolation, all right. The livelihood is removed, all right. So economic productivity, or all right, hustling and bustling of the city, all right, the vibrant economy, all of this is shut down. All of this come to a halt, all right. The millstone represent, okay, hard, okay, industrial labor, okay, for little to nothing, okay, going in probably into the land itself, okay, and trying to feed yourself of the land, feeding yourself from the land, all right, and then the light of the candle, all right, symbolize desolation, okay. So we'll be brought to complete desolation, all right, hardship, all right. But in all of this, he said, my people shall eat the election, all right, of Israel, all right. So Babylon, okay, Nassau, and all the major cities of the world, all right. This is coming, okay? This is prophecy, okay? Because the prophets prophesied of this, okay, time and period, all right? And it ain't long now, it ain't going and coming, okay? So brace yourself, all right? Members of Great Millstone, all right? And all of the elect, all right? Throughout this nation or this world, all right? Stay locked in. Stay into this truth, all right? Stay in the spirit. I hope this lesson was edifying and the service purpose. Shalom.